Hey everybody, welcome back to Spin Rack. I'm here with my boy Petey. Petey, talking about Star Trek: The Strange New World. Say what's up and give us a little breakdown on what it is.
What's going on? We just have a trailer, I think was shown during New York Comic Con. And yeah, that's about it.
Let's bring it down. Select the
Okay.
Orders, Captain. Shields at 50%. Orders, Captain.
Uhura, repeat April's last order.
Retreat and rendezvous with the fleet, sir. He gave coordinates.
But he didn't say immediately. All right, who's got ideas?
Diversionary tactics.
The two boxed in.
Vent the nacelles, create a cloud.
We need to be able to see.
Jam their comms so they can't coordinate attacks.
That's it. That's the one.
You go and use light for ship-to-ship messaging.
I'm modulating the deflector array to emit a spectrum. Should confuse them for a bit.
All right, now how do we beam our people back to Enterprise?
Scans indicate the Gorn ships are transport resistant.
Even if we get past the shields, we need authorization codes.
No time to hack codes.
Retreat and rescue. It's the best of a bunch of bad options.
So how do we track this specific ship across light years of space?
Wellkite, a rare element that contains subspace gauge bosons. If we modified a homing beacon,
The Gorn would see a beacon coming from a mile away.
Not if it's a torpedo. We tag him with a dud. The Gorn won't know what we're up to. Shields at 30%.
for this to succeed, we still need to penetrate the Gorn's defensive systems.
We've been hitting them with everything we've got. It doesn't do much. Energy shields work on harmonics. If we find the right frequency, we can ram the ship.
Indeed. When our shields make contact with theirs, they will create a destructive interference pattern and momentarily interrupt both frequencies.
With our shields down, we'd be sitting ducks. We'd only have one shot.
That's all we need. Mitchell, bring us around. Head to head with the destroyer. Time to play a game of chicken.
Classic red alert.
All decks, prepare for impact. Full impulse on your orders, Captain.
Inertial dampeners to maximum. Everybody hold on to something. Una? It's headed. Fire torpedoes. Helm, move us out of here.
On it.
wow. Gotta say, man, I love the look, bro. I mean, I gotta say the graphics look fantastic in that battle scene. I like the way everything is coming along, the action, the discussion, the audio. But did they say the Gorn or the Gorm?
Gorn. The Gorn.
Gorn. I mean, and they have ships like that.
Well, the Gorn was also, even though they were, you saw them have a fight with the Gorn, they're doing a more faster reptilian Gorn, right? Because if you remember, I don't know if we can see it, the Gorn over here, that was the original Gorn.
Okay. They look like the guys from the Sleeslack.
Who's that?
Remember that world, that TV show back, or the Sleeslack? They're like these reptilians, and this
You
guy
talking
got
about
lost.
V?
Oh, they got lost in this world.
Oh, no, I'm not sure. I thought you were talking about V.
No, let me shoot you a link. Hold on a second. Put it in the chat right now.
You sent me the Gorn.
Yeah, but here's a Sleeslack coming up right now. They were in a show called Land of the Lost.
Oh, okay.
There it is.
Well, they came.
Show
They came
the
later.
people. Show the people the
No,
Gorn.
I'm
Show the
not
people the sleep
going.
stuff.
I'm not doing that. They updated how the Gorn looks because you remember. Everyone remembers the joke of the slow moving fight with Kirk and the Gorn.
Yes.
But as a kid watching it, it was the scariest thing ever. I was like, "Whoa, this is." I woke up middle of the night seeing Star Star Trek, in that episode, I was real fearful um, for Captain Kirk. Oh, excuse me. Lights come back on. My light died on me. But anyway, I liked it.
If it's the Gorn that we're talking about, the ones that the new ones that they're putting, they look more like monsters and they look like a civilized being. They're not wearing any clothes. It's just a monster. And I'm like, wait a second, look, this is what I'm saying.
They're trying to make him cool. They're
No,
trying to make him cool.
I'm not trying to make him cool. I'm saying, think about it. If you have a star-faring race, right?
Mhm.
I think the very least they'll be able to do is say, hey, you know what? This absolute temperatures outside is freezing. That they need to be wearing something. If you can build a ship that goes from one location there, the easiest thing to do is put on some clothes. You know what I'm trying to say?
This is why you should read more of the serpent. Was it more of the serpent than the dove? You have to read this Gorn story, right? It's not going to show. It's not going to show up here. This is a photo novel of
What's it
the
called?
Gorn. It's in New
What's it
Vision,
called?
huh?
What's it called? War of the what?
No, this is Star Trek New Visions. This is more of the serpent than the dove. It was like an experiment. It was like a giveaway comic book, a special edition comic book, and it got reprinted in this edition of New Visions.
But doesn't that guy also still have a uniform on him?
Yeah. They supposed to have uniforms. They had their own ships and whatnot. And that story is a funny story because obviously the Gorn is like a Nixon going to China moment, and they change the temperature so it'll be more to their liking, but at the same time something's going wrong with the ship. So Scotty and one of the Gorn, their technician of the Gorn, have to go in and stop this bomb. So it's kind of, is the guy setting up Scotty? Will Scotty trust him because it's the ship? And who actually set up this bomb? So, but they've turned it into kind of like Aliens.
Okay, cool. I see that.
Like in this story, they're like, oh, they multiply. All this other stuff happens. Everything of Aliens stuff, they kind of slipped into their Gorn. So,
When you first said Gorn, I was thinking Morn from DS9. Remember that character who was really the Norm character from Cheers?
oh my God, that's terrible.
Those guys, I think they're called Lurians. I don't think they're called Gorn. So that's why I thought. So I was like, okay, wait a second. But it looks very intriguing. It looks like there's something. I'm always the Picard show, this show, the Discovery. They always have a nice visual element look about it. I mean, some people are a little upset because they say that the CGI is a little bit much, but I think it always looks nice and crisp. So I got to always give the Paramount the props on that. And of course, Strange New World has been hitting it out the box with many of the things that they're doing, and I do like the fact that the series is continuing, is bringing a whole new element of Pike's history and the Enterprise history that we didn't know before, and bring it into the show. I mean, the last trailer we talked about, the one when they became not Romulans, Spock's people. What do you call those guys?
Vulcans.
Vulcans. Yeah. Thank you, Cal. So
the most basic of the thing that you.
I'm saying it, and you're looking at me like I don't know what I'm talking about, man.
No, I was looking. I was
It's not
surprised.
Romulans.
I was surprised to see Cal back. So I was just trying. I was working on something.
Yeah. That's what you like to say.
And you didn't know the answer to Vulcan, so yeah, kind of suspect.
No, you kind of suspect, bro.
I know
You
what a
already-
Vulcan is. I know
you
what a
already-
Vulcan is.
You already agreed with me in the show already, so
When did that happen? I just got here.
no, but you already agreed. Already, it's too late. It's too late. It's two
How is it
against
too
one.
late and I just got here?
Because I had your proxy, bro. So like I was saying before, so P,
I don't have a proxy.
you can't say that now after the fact it's already been voted. You're done, Cal. You're finished. You can't say nothing else. You've been
All
spoken
right,
to.
we're off to the show. We got to see.
This is more of your tyrannical dictator ways.
We got to see Captain Pike in a leadership role where he's very utilizing all of his teammates to get the best option. That's something that kind of came from the animated series where Kirk was kind of very much inclusive, and that's what we kind of saw move to the movies. And the Strange New World is taking that very further. Whereas in the original The Cage, Pike was really a man of action. He was just straightforward. If everybody has to go, we have to go. Follow the Federation, and they've been having fun with it. So we get to see this big fight with the Gorn, and we get to see. We already saw that they're going to have this a funky Vulcan episode. So yeah, I can't wait to see. I've been enjoying this series a whole lot. It's been my favorite of the new launches series, and it's kind of not. Well, we hear we're going to get the movies are coming again. They're trying to get the movies going, but they've been doing a lot of stuff in TV, which has been fun.
What movies are they talking about? What are they going to do?
The one with
With Chris Pine.
Chris Pine. Thank you.
Another Chris Pine movie.
Are they going to keep? Are they going to keep the same cast?
They're trying to. Obviously, they have to recast Scotty, but they're trying to keep the same cast.
Oh no! Let's rewind this. You're serious?
They're recasting Scotty or Chekhov.
Was it Chekhov Pass?
Chekhov.
Chekhov Pass. Sorry, Chekhov Pass. Yes, recast Chekhov. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you're correct on that, bro.
They just talked about it recently. He was talking about him being 40 or probably older now, and when he was 40, thinking about doing Kirk again and exploring Kirk at that period where he probably a little less reckless and that sort of thing. No, the idea. Okay, now you got me. You tried to call me out. The idea is that at some point he's going to run into Chris Hemsworth. Chris Hemsworth, when we saw his father, he's going to have the person who got him to decide to join the Starfleet is going to now, in a time sort of jump, appear, and they're going to have some sort of adventure together. That's the outline of the plot. You call me out on it, I point out what it's about. So there you go.
That's right. Ta-da! How you like me now?
We want to see a movie on the Terran Empire, which shows us the nuances and the humanity of the Terran Empire espoused, and they did.
Oh, the Terran Empire? What are you talking about?
He's off the deep end again.
I'm trying to say we have no desire to see another feel-good whack Kelvin Universe movie. Okay.
Which one was the feel-good one?
One with the what do you call that? Those sea mammals, the whales.
That was the most successful one. You keep trying to complain about that?
I hated it. Hated it with a passion.
Yeah, because there was no murder in it.
Hold on. Let me get this. So you hated it that the species survived?
I hated it. They blame humanity for the cause of their death. Okay.
No. Because the whales survived, the humans survived. So the species survived because the planet survived.
The planet could survive without them.
No, the thing is this.
Obviously not. That's why they went back in time to get them.
The thing was trying to talk. It wasn't decide I'm going to destroy it. It's like, hey, you're doing our normal talking. Where you at? I got to send a stronger signal.
All I'm saying, my issue is
when you try to take over the world, you don't care about the things you destroy in your path. Why not the whales from space, the probe? Hater.
I want us to go back and have a series that fixes the whole Kelvin universe, or a whole new universe where the Romulans and the Klingons are proud members of the Star Wars universe. Okay, that's what I want.
They're proud of. They're proud of what?
I'm just saying they're proud members. They're not the defeated scattered.
Defeated. When were they defeated?
Remember Romulus was destroyed?
They weren't defeated. They were still they were in a bad way, but they were about to
I
they
want
were
them to be
about to make they were about to make a bigger war. They weren't going into there and oh come on, you didn't like the undiscovered country either, huh?
not even close.
Wow.
You know,
Hey, Undiscovered Country was one of their best films.
Star Trek.
I love I love the theme. I love the theme where they took it instead of where Shakespeare has the undiscovered country being what happens after death, and he said no, the undiscovered country is the future.
Hmm.
Okay, which in its same thing is what happens after death because that is the future. But they made it that fear of the future is going to keep this war going, and we got to stop this. We got to put this to bed, and they were able to successfully do that with the Klingons, if not the Romulans. Now I know that doesn't work for you
Not even close.
and your megalomaniacal plans
I'm just
for
saying.
universal domination. But
You
it was very
like
good.
seeing the trial of Kirk? That had to be the funniest thing I've ever seen.
It was funny, but
And what's the name? He's like, it's like, weren't you? Aren't you? What's it, McCoy? Aren't you supposed to be decommissioned? My hands are a little shaky. I don't know Klingon anatomy. See, I knew it. You hate, you're total faking, trying to hate for no good reason.
The trial of Kirk was
I'm just saying,
hilarious. Why? It wasn't hilarious that they put him on trial. It was hilarious that they actually tried to defend him.
Yes.
It was great.
Yeah.
They were like, Captain Kirk, and you got all those Klingons there. They're like, we actually got him?
Yeah, he's like that. So that and it's like that. I never says I never forgave the Klingons for the murder of my son. Then the echo of my son, my son. Ah!
Guilty, guilty. That
Classic.
was hilarious. They were like, how many Klingons have you killed? They're like, we've been waiting for you forever.
That's the thing. Even the one that was in 3 is like saying, he said, "Why don't you take the Vulcan with them?" He said, "No, why not? 'Cause you wish it, Kirk." Like,
So they're saying that there's an untitled prequel film that Abrams is working on right now, and they're saying it's supposed to take place at the beginning of the whole Star Trek kickoff, right?
come on, not another cast. Come on, this is what they were in the academy when they started the other one.
Sounds whack. Sounds whack. You can't keep rebooting.
It's supposed to become the franchise shepherd of the Paramount Star Trek films. At that time, the film was reported to be either set in the prime timeline in the aftermath of humanity's first contact with alien life, as depicted in First Contact, or to be another reboot of the franchise that retells the first contact and creation of Starfleet stories. In addition, they have a Star Trek 4 in development.
Yeah, that's what I said.
They had several attempts to make a 4th film that have failed. So they're still trying another one. They're trying to make it like the final chapter of this reboot for the Kelvin series. They're writing a new draft. What are they saying? They're trying to write a new draft. That's basically what they're saying.
This is the truth. How there's so many shows that have series that have had 3 to 5 seasons that are remembered and loved. Like, it's a rarity that you get to go back and do these series. And Star Trek was the first to do it and was very successful, led to TV shows, more movies. No one else has been able to really do it like the way Star Trek has. And now they can't do it for their Kelvin universe for some reason. The people are still young. They definitely lost one, but they still are young and can play these parts.
Well, that's also the problem is that there's no thread tying together the first 3 films. Those are pretty much standalone films. And Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country, that last film that was the outing for the original cast in the original series, tied together a particular thread because they were like, hey, this is how we stopped war with the Klingons. Because they had already gone to the next generation and saying, oh no, we have a detente, we have peace with the Klingons. Oh, this is how it happened. And it wraps up everything for us that we got in that original series, the films, everything got wrapped up. But there was a theme and continuity that could be tied into. Excuse me. They don't have that with the Kelvin series. We've had 3, we've had 3 standalone films. There's no tying theme. between all of them. So if you wanted to have that fourth film and say, okay, this is the last one, so we can pretty much, say goodbye, it would be like, well, what are we saying goodbye to? What is the overarching theme of these three? You didn't craft this as a trilogy. I don't think you craft this even as a as a two-parter at the end of the day. And while I enjoyed the first two. I enjoyed the first two, where even the second one, where where a lot of guys were pillorying it. I was like, no, that was good. I was like, I thought that was without getting too much into it, I enjoyed it. The third one, hey, I thought that was very lukewarm. So what do you do for a fourth? What's the finale? Okay, what brings all of these people together and brings all of the audience together that we're like, yeah, that okay, that was a cool ending. We can send them off. There hasn't been anything like that for them, unfortunately, which is why the Undiscovered Country works so well, because when they show up when they have the whole, I guess that meeting that's going on, and then the guy's getting ready to do the assassination, and the original crew shows up, because it's that original crew from the Enterprise, everybody understands that this is serious business, because these guys have been involved in so much stuff over the course of the years. So that was perfect. And there was no one else but James T. Kirk who could have made that speech based on the legacy that he had, the career that he had, in order to say, yeah, we got to move forward with this. We got to move forward with this whole thing. So that made for a perfect send-off for them. I don't know what they do. I don't know what they do over here. It's not impossible, but I just don't see anything that ties those first three films together.
Kirk?
What about Kirk?
That's what ties them all together.
Okay. What about Kirk ties them together?
They just have Kirk and the Enterprise.
No. What is it by the fourth movie that we need to see in Kirk, or Kirk should have learned, or Kirk should have grown? What is it that we see in that fourth movie that allows us to say, okay, Kirk is where he should be from where we've seen him in that first film? What is it that we're supposed to be seeing?
The development of the Terran Empire, the mirror universe, using Kirk as a catalyst for starting it up. That's what we should be seeing. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to ask you again, and I would like you to be serious. If in the first movie, we saw someone who was not ready to be captain, and the second movie, we saw someone who needed to understand sacrifice. Personal sacrifice is part of being the captain of a starship. In the third film, we didn't get anything of that nature. So what do we need to see Kirk learn in the fourth that would give us a satisfactory ending? And no, it's not that he learns being a despo is the way to go.
You're always looking at the wrong way, man. That's what I'm saying. Hey, I couldn't give a hoot and front if they make another movie for Under the Kelvin. I'm pissed off about that timeline. I have issues with that timeline. I want them to go back to DS9, do a DS9 series or a DS9 movie. I want to see the Dominion. I want to see the Shapeshifters. I want to see Section 31. I want to see. Excuse me, Petey?
I had to go to the Dominion. I'm just saying, gets thrown in there all the time.
I'm just saying they got excellent characters, and they just throw it away. They had like we said before, we used to go to the con. There used to always be like a whole contingent of what do you call those guys? Klingons. After what they did on the TV shows.
Oh God! Come on!
People can't be there. The Romulans, there should be a proud contingent of Romulans. They're gone. Oh, so I can't say stuff, bro. I can't say more.
Takuma, that's what you got your issue with? And what happened to the Romulans? What are you talking about with the Romulans?
I'm not going to go on with you guys. You guys hate. But listen, if you guys like this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, and of course agree with me.
Oh, well, wait a second. Before you go, what about Excelsior? Did you ever want to see them as a? I mean, they had some people in there. They had obviously Sulu. They had Janice Rand. She was in Undiscovered Country. They had Christian Slater, and they had Tuvok. That's at least enough names for me where you could say we can have a movie. And Janice Rand is actually back in the game.
I have no interest in seeing any of those characters.
Good Lord, you guys.
But that is just me. I just don't care. So That's me.
What I
And
wanted to
I think
see.
I think you should leave a thumbs up if you want to see Mars as dictator of the universe. So at the very least, he can get that done. He can start doing his polling from now.
What I wanted to see is Voyager, where Janeway is deposed as captain by Tuvok, and then they fight through all the different issues, and then finally Janeway takes it back and takes control, and then they're finally able to make it back to the universe the way it should.
Why does he depose?
They made, but they. What are you talking about? They made it back to the proper universe already.
You know that, but I'm saying I like to see a movie with it done the right way, where
What is he deposing her for?
Doesn't matter. Just take over. Somebody, you're the other side of the universe. The rules don't apply no more. You know what I'm trying to say?
Wow.
He's the most logical person. It doesn't even have to be Tuvok. It could be Belena. The most logical person should take over. It's as simple as that. It's a whole new world.
Belena, was she the half Klingon woman?
But she has to come back. Janeway has to come back at the end.
No, I would rather Janeway be ousted and gone forever.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
I wasn't.
I
with
like some elements of. I like some elements of Janeway.
Janeway is just Picard.
What are you talking about? Janeway would come up with some of the most ridiculous plans in order for them to go forward. The entire crew would be like, "This is never going to work," and she would do it anyway because of her emotional decision making, and because they survived, the crew would be like, "Oh goodness, we're gonna have to do this again next week."
Hey, they did the same thing with Kirk and his same emotional decision making. Let's not forget that.
Kirk did not Kirk was not
the decision
emotional.
has to be made. We have to do it. There's no logic, Captain.
He's trying to hate. Look at that hate.
No, Kirk was about will to power. Kirk was like, I don't ever say die. I'm going to find a way. And he found a way. In the most part, no, Kirk didn't make, I got a feeling that we can do it this thing. No, he didn't do that. But Janeway was a weekly thing. You could see the look in the crew's face. They were like, we're going to die again.
You were crazy. I don't know. I didn't get that at all from it.
And who's the guy? I hated the other guy.
Tuvok was like, Captain, you can't do this. It could mean the death of the whole crew. And she was like, I got a feeling.
Oh, you are so funny, bro. Nuts, both of you.
She also was one that would take up most of as much dialogue as she possibly could. And she enjoyed the scenes where it was Janeway meeting Janeway. And they were like, I could finally have a conversation with someone that I respect. But she hates everybody.
Yep.
But I didn't like, who's that guy? Who's that guy? The Indian character? Oh, I can't remember his name now.
Chakotay.
Okay. That's the guy who should have been. Look. They set it up where there's supposed to be a premise of like the what do you call it, the Tal Shahar. They're supposed to be the people from what's the name Chakotay's from. It's supposed to be Voyager's captain versus this insurgent group that they're fighting, and they're supposed to be difficult. But what happened? Chakotay just said, yes, whatever you say, man, I'll do it. I'm doing it. Yeah.
Sell out.
Yeah. No, they bitched him out.
But he just
bitched him out on the show. We used to make fun of him. Instead of Chakotay, we used to call him Chakotex.
Yeah. He also sold, he also somehow, I didn't like, that's from that point, didn't know, like, nah, he shouldn't get with 7 or 9. Not that sellout. But,
they had to give him 7 of 9 because the actor was like, dude, I'm a bitch on this show.
He wasn't doing anything, bro.
He's like, I get no respect. You gotta do something for me. I think he happened to know like one of the producers or something, and that producer was either married or dating Jerry Ryan. He was like, well, why don't you maybe you and 7 and 9 should get a relationship or something like that. He was like, thank you.
Who was it? Harry Kim was like, what was it? That's the character's name was Harry Kim? Mm-hmm. Hey, I thought it was me in 7 and 9. She's been kissing and making out with me every other scene by mistake. Now going to Chakotay? Okay.
Like, sorry, buddy.
I was thinking that eventually there'll be a fight between him and Janeway, and then Janeway's going to leave him on some planet, and then he's going to be on that planet, and he's going to just start a whole new generation of warriors. And
why would he lose in a fight to Janeway?
Well, he did, because he sat down and Janeway was like, yo, she's the boss. All right, we're going to follow her the whole way. It was like, no, that whole fight between the two just never came up,
because she said, hey, I'm the star of the show. Why are we going to have this dissension when it should be just like Picard. I'm saying engage. I'm Picard here. And you write something where he wins, it ain't happen. And same with Tuvok. Tuvok, I'm shutting you down too. Everybody gets shut down on my ship.
That's right. He's like, I'm Janeway, you're the bitch.
Yeah. Like
I'm Janeway, you're Chakotay.
You are off completely.
All right, man. You saw what they did to Chakotay on that show. You would never have played that character. You would have been like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. Okay? You would have said no. You would have started speaking in Spanish, talking about machismo. You would have never done it.
It was kind of out of character. He was a Marquis. He was supposed to be a tough fighter, one of their top guys, and just laid down. Belinda was the one who did more, bro. I mean, she was tougher, but she was only tougher because of her half human.
Belinda or B'Elanna?
B'Elanna, half
Klingon.
Half Klingon blood. You know what I'm trying to say? But it don't make no doggone sense, bro.
And didn't know what you had to
because it was
connected to that.
Because it was Janeway's ship. A whole bunch of stuff didn't make sense, but somehow they got 7 seasons out of it. That even made less sense to me because then they did Enterprise and everybody was like, "This show sucks." Could only get 4 seasons out of the thing. I was like, "We got 7 seasons of Voyager though."
We got 4 seasons out of Enterprise.
4 seasons.
Good Lord, that's crazy. I can't even remember, man.
I can't even watch Enterprise again after the whole multi-dimensional war that after you see in Discovery is all changed up now. You're like, what the fudge?
Are you kidding? They had some of the coolest intro music. It's been
they do. I like Enterprise. It's one of my favorites. But I mean,
it's from there to here. It's been a long time.
Does it fit into the timeline though?
No, but it was still cool. 'Cause I've got faith of the heart. That was great. I would love that.
All right, we gotta close out this show. Good Lord.
So all over the place on this one.
I've got.
Can you close out the show? Spin a rack.
Spin a rack. Hey, like what you heard, subscribe. Give us thumbs up. And if you like the song, buy the song. What's the name of the song, Kyle?
Faith of the Heart.
Faith of the Heart. Spin a rack.
Out.
Out.